me.
Hey up troops, welcome back to the Litanah Army. I'm Lit and this is Fortnite Save the World, and what I want to do today is do a little guide for new players just to understand the menus and what they all mean. So I'm just going to do you like a brief overview so that when you go back into the game, or if you're a brand new player and you're a bit stuck on the menus, this will actually just tell you what each bit actually does. Now a lot of you are existing players on this, watch the channel, so what I want you guys to do is comment down below with any kind of tips you've got for a new player. So what's the best tip that you've got for a brand new player coming to save the world? Maybe they've come over from Battle Royale, maybe they've just picked up the game, and they've not played, well, I'm sure most people have played Battle Royale, but maybe they've just picked up the game for the first ever time, they've looked at the menus and they've just thought, oh my god, I don't know what to do. So maybe you could put a tip down below on what tip you would give for a brand new starter or a brand new player. So let's have a look at each tab then. We're just going to go across the tabs. This will only be short, but it'll just help people navigate a little bit better in game and let you know what you should be doing. So first off then, you've got the play button across this side. So what this does, this is where your actual missions are. Now what you can do with these is you just click on one of them and I've done these already because this is the first bit that you'll be seeing as a new player. But what you'll have up there is a little play button and you just click play and that will put you into the mission. It's as simple as that. And do you know what? While you're in Stonewood, I would probably just do that. Just play through the missions, just enjoy it. Don't try and make the game too technical for yourself when you first start out. Just play any hero that you want, and just go through the missions and learn what each mission does. Which takes us nicely onto the next section, which is map. So if we're going to Stonewood here, so what you'll do, you'll get a world map, and a lot of these will be locked. Like this little padlock here, these should be locked for you as well. So you'll have Plankerton locked, and you'll have Twine locked as well, and Canny Valley. But what you do, if you go into Stonewood, you'll be presented with a map. Now, this will open up over time, so you're not going to have everything opened up like I've got on here. You may be just going to have like 1 or 2 quests open at first. But what I would say as a tip here, just play through each mission, just enjoy them, learn what they are. So learn how to do a Fight the Storm mission, learn how to do a Ride the Lightning mission as well, so you've got all these rescue survivors, retrieve the data, and just keep practicing those as well, so just try them out. If you're not working through the play, so if you're working through this when you just hit play, I need to go even further back now because I've gone up. So while you're working through these missions up here, what you want to be doing is, if you don't want to do one of these for any reason, I would probably say stick to the storyline, but if you don't want to do one of these and you just want to practice, or maybe you've got friends that want to play and they want to ask you what you want to do, then just go into here and just learn what each of these missions are. If you work through these missions, you'll probably be covering most of these missions anyway, and it's a great way to kind of get into it's like a nice steady tutorial for you. So look, you will be doing like a Ride the Lightning mission, you will be doing a Defend the Atlas mission, you've got one there, look, Rescue Survivors. So the quest line will actually put you through the missions anyway, but try and remember what they are and what you're going to be doing in each one of them. Just remember as well, guys, you can't really get this wrong, even though you're playing with other players, and I don't care how salty they are with you in game, which you probably won't get. The Save the World community is actually really friendly compared to most gaming communities that I've found. You've only got to look on our Discord or even in the comments down below to look how friendly people are and helpful people are. But if you are in a mission and someone's telling you you're doing it wrong, it's very unlikely, as I said. Maybe take a bit of guidance from someone if they know what they're doing already or they're a little bit higher level than you. It doesn't hurt to take advice and feedback, but there's nothing you can really get wrong here. Just work through the missions, just enjoy them and learn what each one does. Now, when you click on these missions, if you look, it tells you over here, it's got a recommended power level, and it also tells you what rewards you're going to get on there as well. You don't have to massively worry about that early on in Stonewood. As I said, just play through the quest line and just enjoy the game and just learn it as you're going. Which takes us onto the Heroes tab. Now, these are the heroes that you're going to use in-game. Now, you're only actually going to see one of these heroes in-game, which is this one, the primary hero. And then you're going to have this one in your support squad and this one in your tactical squad. Now, these might not even be opened up straight away, but what happens is with every single hero that you get, if you look, so if we just inspect this hero here, now you've got his normal perks. Now all these perks on this one, so this little perks tab here, these are what he's going to use in game. These are what are going to affect him when you're using him in the game. Now the bonuses are what he's going to give to somebody else. Now the support slot is the first slot that you put him into. So if you look at this slot, this is the support slot, this is the tactical slot. So if you look at this one, the first bonus that he gets is if he's in the support slot, he does this. So he gets increased assault weapon damage by 24%. So he gives Carbide here 24%, if you look on there, 24% increased assault weapon damage if he's in that slot. And in the tactical slot, if you look in there, this is Master Grenadier Ramirez. She's got Survivalist, so killing an enemy with an ability or weapon recovers 5 base health over 3 seconds. That's if she's in the tactical slot. Now, if I were to move her over to here, then she gives me a different perk as well. So the bonuses are going to be different depending where you slot them. So this one's your support. This one is your tactical. Defenders, don't worry about those yet. We'll do a separate video on those because I don't think, they're really needed just yet, especially not this early on in the game if you're just starting out. And then obviously your main character, just pick one that you like. What I would say is try not to throw away, if you do get new characters, try not to throw away anything that's epic or anything that's legendary. Unless it's a duplicate maybe, then you could put it in your collection book. I'll show you how to do that in a second. But anything like that, anything you get that's kind of, below purple, so that's an epic. So the tiers that it goes up in, you get a common, which is a grey, then you get a green, then you get a blue, which is a rare, then you get epic, which is purple, legendary, which is orange, and then you get a mythic, which is like these characters are, which is kind of like a pale yellowy gold colour. Now, one other thing to understand on here is your fort stats as well. So just looking at what these are. So fortitude, I'm only going to skim over these because this is going to be too much if you're a brand new player and it's not massively important this early on. But your fortitude increases the health and health regeneration by 1%. So that's how much health you've actually got when you're in game. Offense as well, so increased range and melee damage by 1%. You've got resistance as well in there, so that increases your shield and how quick your shield regenerates. And then your tech increases the trap damage, ability damage, gadget damage, and healing done by 1% per point that you've got in there. Now, the way that we're going to put these up is not actually through leveling these guys up, although it does a little bit, but the main way that you're going to boost them fort stats is through survivor squads. Now, I've done a separate video on survivor squads, so again, I'm not going to go massively into this just yet, and you're not going to have a lot of these squads open just yet either. But what you want to be doing is actually slotting these into here, and what these will do, these will actually give you a boost on your actual hero over here. So again, just play through the game. You don't need to do anything with these just yet. As a brand new player, just put anything in there, as long as try and keep the rarity as high as what you can. I've just told you the rarity is going from greys all the way up to mythic, so try and keep the rarity in each slot as high as what you can. And if you want to learn about the actual, what to slot in there to make the perfect slot and everything else, then use my guide that I've got on survivors, and that'll probably show you everything that you need to know on that. But again, as a brand new player in Stonewood, please don't worry about that right now. It's not important. Defenders, we're going to skim over. Again, just put your highest ranked defender in there early on in the game. Doesn't really matter. Expeditions are going to be important at the start. I've recently done a video on this. Now, what you want to do with expeditions is, every time you've finished a play session, send out an expedition. And again, there's another video on that as well that I have got. Do you know what? I'll link these in the description down below so you've got it on how to do expeditions. But every time you've finished a play session, just send someone out on an expedition. Now, you are going to lose your characters for for whatever time it says on here. So if I were to do this expedition, for example, I would lose the hero for 4 hours. I can't use him or her for 4 hours. So it's definitely worth doing it when you finish. So when you're about to log out, when you've done for the day or when you've finished playing for the night, then maybe just send out your expeditions then, and you're going to get more materials. But there's a separate guide on that I've just recently done. So go and check that out for that one. Then you've got the armory. So this is one where people find quite daunting. It was definitely the one that I found most daunting when I first started the game out. Now, what you've got in here is your schematics. So what you've got in here is all the weapons that you can craft. Now, this is why there's no point in trading in game. You've probably seen a lot of experienced players or a lot of other YouTubers as well will tell you, don't trade because there's no point. One, you're going to get scammed. It's not that you might get scammed. At some point, you are going to get scammed if you trade. So probably don't trade. You can make all your own weapons and you can have a great selection of weapons so that you can build some fantastic things in there. So what you want to be doing is in here, anything that you can build yourself, this is where it will be kept and this is where it will be leveled up. Again, to start with, you only want to be leveling your weapons up to about level 10. So if I go down to a weapon down here, for example, I'll just take the Maverick. If you look on there, that's level 1 of 10. So what I did there, I just clicked on the gun itself. I did that a bit quick. Click upgrade and inspect. And if you look there, level 1 of 10. So all you would do with that, I don't need this gun at all, but I'm going to show you anyway for the video. So all you do there is level it up. And if you're in Stonewood, don't go over level 10. The reason being, and that's not me trying to hold you back or me trying not to make you more OP, what you'll find is if you level that up again, you're not going to be able to get the materials. Now, all these materials that it takes to make this weapon are listed here. So what you need there is, look, planks, you need some rough mineral powder, you need active power cell, and you need copper ore. Now, everything that's on there you can get from, from Stonewood, everything that you can get there. Now, if I were to level that up again, what you do, you click evolution. I click up here. I haven't got enough pure drops of rain, but if I'll get something that's just one higher level, look, so if I get this, look, the dragon fire, for example, if you look now, I need silver. Well, that's a lot harder to get in Stonewood. So when you want to make a new one of these, you're going to really struggle just because you've not got access to the items that you need. So that's going to cause you all sorts of problems. So the mineral powder and the silver that you're going to need is going to make that weapon difficult to obtain, even though, you've got it in your schematic. So just be careful in what areas you level in. What you want to do is in Stonewood 1 to 10, so level everything up to level 10. When you move up to the next level, which is Plankerton, take everything up to 20. And then on the next level after that, when you get to Canny Valley after that, take everything up to 30. By the time you're about halfway through Plankerton, you're going to have all this locked down anyway. You're going to know exactly what you're doing. This is just to get you started and just hopefully give you a bit of depth into how to do that. Now, very similarly, you've got all heroes in here. These are the heroes that you've got. Now, again, you don't have to keep any. I've kept Controller Harper just because I've not got on any other rarity. You can increase rarities of different heroes, and I've got quite a lot of heroes now, and some that I'm building up, and I will increase the rarity of them later on. But if we just take a hero, let's have a look at Stonesy Jonesy, for example. So if we go into Stonesy Jonesy, look, exactly the same with him. Now, you can level him up all the way. To unlock all the skills, you'd have to level him up to level 30. Now, that's going to take quite a lot of doing, but that would unlock everything that you need. But I would do the same again. When you're in different areas, so when you're in Stonewood, level him up to level 10, and he'll be absolutely fine. When you're in Plankerton, which is the next area, then take him up to level 20, which will get him his 2-star skills, which is up to, let's have a look at this, up to here with the frag grenades, and then when you get to Canny Valley, then finish your characters off and get them up to 30. What you'll also find as well is leveling up your characters in that way will actually mean that you can find the characters that you enjoy. So what I did early on, I leveled up characters that weren't really very good because I didn't know much about them. I just picked ones that look, ones that looked really cool, and I just went with those. But what you'll find is you'll find ones that you'll unlock later on, or ones that you'll get in llamas, or ones that people recommend to you, like other YouTubers like me, or you'll see it on Reddit and things like that, and you'll think, oh, that hero's great. So that's the thing to do. Level your heroes up gradually, and don't rush anything in this game, because if you rush things, that's when you're going to start running into problems. Now, the collection book, that's the button below there. The collection book it's one of those things where a lot of new starters fall down. It's kind of like a new starter trap. Now, what you want to be doing with the collection book, you can collection book anything that you've got. You can collection book heroes. You just click on them and put add to collection book. You can collection book schematics that you've got. As long as you've not got them favorited. But all you do there, just click on it, look, and add to collection book. Let's put the Maverick in there. I don't want it anyway. So if we put slot item in there, and what you'll do, look, you'll get rewards. Now, you'll not get a reward every time that you put something in the collection book, but every now and again, when the bar fills up at the top, then you will. So if we just go across here, got some drops of rain, Eye of the Storm, storm shards, fantastic. So what you do there, look, go to the collection book. Every time this bar fills up, you'll get a reward. So my next reward, look, if you look there, is 5k Survivor XP that I'll get from there. What I would say to start you off, guys, though, just as a tip, don't put anything in the collection book early on that is epic or higher. So if you've got a purple item, like the one shown in the picture there, purple, orange item, which is a legendary, or a mythic, do not put it in the collection book early on. Anything lower is pretty common. Even though the blues are called rares, you can get them quite easily. So you've not made a huge mistake if you put a blue item, green item, or a grey item into the collection book. However, don't put anything that's epic in until you know exactly what you're doing, which is going to come with time. So play the game a lot. You've got enough backpack space and enough storage to start you off, to not have to put anything in there. Survivors, as I said before, we've kind of covered those with these. Exactly the same applies. I would probably just hold on to all your survivors again until you've seen a survivor guide or until you know what you're doing. Survivors are quite complicated for a new player. They're not desperately needed right now. Just do what I said with the squads. Just put your highest, your highest rarity in each section to start with, and you'll be absolutely fine as a brand new player. Okay, also what you've got in there as well, you've got defenders. Same again, with those. Just put the highest rarity into the squads and leave everything else for now. You've also got resources. So this is just, kind of just shows you what you've got a hold of, really, what you've got. So if you want to look at how much reperk you've got, how much hero XP you've got, and things like that, then this is where you come and look. Pure drops of rain and things like that. Do you know what? I rarely go in here. I just don't need it very often because when you're doing the thing, so if I'm going to buy a llama, for example, I can see the road trip tickets on that page. If I'm going to level up a weapon, it shows you the schematic XP on the page. So you should be absolutely fine with that. But if you want to know where it is, if you want to just check, then that's where it is. It's just under the resources tab there. The backpack is what you're going to see in-game, so this is what you're carrying with you in-game. Now, it's only recently you're able to craft weapons and things like that actually in the outside of the game, so you used to have to go in-game to craft, but now you can craft wherever you want. So these are my schematics that I've got. Do you know when we showed you the schematics in the menu before? So the schematics over here. Well, in my backpack, this is what I can actually make in-game, so I can make all these items if I want to. So, for example, if I wanted to make the Dam Buster, I would just double-click that, and that's it. And it just tells you the materials that you need down there, and then you can make them there. It'll just come up on a little bar down here, so that'll just fill up to the top. And when that's filled up, then your weapon will just appear here in your backpack, and you're going to have that in-game. This is split up into sections. So what you've got there, look, I've got my ranged weapons here. This is your melee weapons that you've got. You've got your ammo in there as well. Try and keep that up. You can craft ammo outside of the game. I would say just craft ammo in-game because you get extra points towards your objective in that. All your traps are here as well, and then you've also got in there more resources, so all your like crafting materials and things like that are in the far end tab as well. So you should get to pretty much everything there. Your storage is what's in your storm shield. You know, mine's pretty full at the moment, you know, but you just put stuff in there. You can increase these as you go. I really need to get that increased, to be fair, but you can increase these as you're going along. So the stuff on the left hand side is what you've got in your actual backpack in-game. So when you're actually in-game, you can see that. And storage is what you actually got in your storm shield for when you need that as well. Okay, the skill trees at tier 1 and research tier 1, just get them all. Just work through this. It doesn't really matter what order you get these in. Just fill them all up where you can, and you should be absolutely fine with that. And the same for the research as well. Just fill them all up until you're able to unlock this one, and then you can move into the next one. Again, it's just another area you don't have to worry about. There's a lot of areas where new players get absolutely confused, and there's just nothing to worry about. You've already now, you know, going over the tabs we've gone across, you know the hardest parts of the game. So you've got loot as well. This is where you can just buy loot llamas. Don't buy the upgrade llamas. They're really not worth it. Try and keep to things like the super llamas, especially the super troll truck llamas or super troll weapon llamas. Super people llamas are pretty good. You know, try and stick to those kind of things. We've got free llamas today. They're sold out now. But event llamas are always great. You know, go for those. As many as what you can get. Just fill your boots on those. Right now, though, the road trip tickets are being used for the birthday llamas. So don't buy road trip llamas just yet. All the best stuff's going to be in these birthday llamas. Upgrade llamas, you know, just leave them. You just don't need them. The event store is over here. You know, get as much stuff as you want from the event store. Just get things that you like the look of. Again, you know, and ask about, you know, watch the YouTubers. You know, watch other YouTubers on there and just basically have a look at what items are good. You know, Checker's a great one. You can check my channel, Checker. You can check Aiden Harris. There's loads of, as I said, there's loads of people out there, split screen, who are actually covering all these different things. If you want to see if a weapon's good, like the Hydra, just go through my old videos and you'll be able to see what's in the event store. This guy right now, by the way, is a great find if you've not got him already. Okay, the store is just where you buy V-Bucks, exactly the same as in Battle Royale. And then the quests, these are just the quests that you're going to be working through each time. If you're a brand new player, ignore the quest tab, just work through this play area here and just work through the quest this way, and that's going to be the best way. So just click on the quest that you want and just hit play now. It'll tell you the rewards down there that you're going to get, and it's just the best way to level up. It's just the quickest way and it's the most effective way. If you do want to use this end tab, one thing that it might be useful for, if you're here for the V-Bucks, which some people are, then hit the daily quests on there. You'll get 1 daily quest a day, and they'll stack up to 3 daily quests in total. So when you've got 3 daily quests in there, that's it. No more will stack up on there. But you'll get 1 daily quest a day, and in there, you'll be able to earn V-Bucks. About 50 V-Bucks in there. Also in the challenges as well, sometimes you'll be able to get V-Bucks missions in there. And then also as well on the map, if you want to get V-Bucks, you will be able to find some quests. Can't find any right now, but you will be able to find some quests that do give you V-Bucks. There's a website called Storm Shield 1 that you can use as well that would actually be useful, that will show you where them V-Bucks missions are if you get stuck. So guys, that is pretty much all the menus explained. Now, I know that sounds a lot, but if you watch through this video quite slowly, if you make some notes on it, go get a pad and paper, just make some quick notes on there. That will pretty much get you through Stonewood. You know, it's not very much, there's not very much to it. What I think a lot of people fall into the trap of in Fortnite Save the World is they overthink the game an absolute ton, because there's all these menus on there and they just blow your mind, and there's things that you can ignore. You know, there's things that you don't really need to, you know, you don't need to know, and that's not keeping you in the dark. You know, if you're like me, I like to know every little bit about the game. but this game's going to show you that. You know, it is coming, and it just show you it gradually. If you play through the missions, you know, the missions and will actually show you through great dialogue and great story. The missions will actually show you how to do each bit of the game. So it'll teach you how to do a Ride the Lightning mission. It will teach you how survivor squads work. It'll teach you how, you know, how to do each different thing in the game at a really good pace. So just enjoy the game. As I said, play through those quests. So just use this play tab and just play through it. And like I said, you can use this guide to make a few notes on the bits that you want to know, you know, you want to know little parts on, but that will pretty much get you through Stonewood. And what I might do, guys, if you want to see, if this guide's quite successful, I'll do another guide for Plankerton as well, for you guys in Plankerton, where we just go into a little bit more depth in certain things. So maybe then we'll look at a little bit more depth about survivor squads, a little bit more into the armory and things like that. But let me know if that's something that you want down below. Okay then, guys, so massive thanks for watching. As always, I really enjoy making these guides, and the channel's been great, really. Massive thanks for all your nice comments, you know, in the Discord, and especially on the videos as well. The like button's just exploding every time that I release a video, which is great to see, and I just want to tell you how much I really appreciate that. So, guys, hit that subscribe button as you leave, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching this, guys.